This is Good Morning
And it
Quad
makes me
Cities.
sick. It makes me just to think that I could be on the board that couldn't keep the doors open.
Right now on Good Morning Quad Cities, keeping the curtain open. A Clinton theater has early season struggles why they might need to cancel all of their summer shows.
Plus, reviewing an Iowa proposal, the Supreme Court holds a hearing on the fetal heartbeat, how it would change elective abortions.
And Good Morning Quad Cities. It is Tuesday, April 11th. I'm David Bohlman.
And I'm Nina Burns.
And I'm meteorologist Andrew Stutzky. Good morning.
Good morning. I feel like we're all just a little bit happier today. We got a little vitamin D yesterday. Andrew is saying it's going to be in the 80s today.
Again.
I'm like,
Oh, I went on 4-mile walk with Porky yesterday. It was lovely.
that's so long.
Lovely.
I can't be bothered.
That's a length.
Yeah.
That is a length, but a beautiful day for that. We're going to have another one today, another one tomorrow. So make sure you're scheduling some outdoor time on that calendar of your guys' that you should use. You know, the big desk one, or do you use the small one?
I just use my phone.
Oh, you use your phone, Mr. Technology.
Well, yeah. I like to save paper.
I use people reminding me after I miss something.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Are you going to join the meeting?
Wait a minute, where's it at? No.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, it's going to be gorgeous today, guys. We got to get outside and enjoy this. Perfect barbecue weather, too. Though make sure you're keeping the barbecue away from the dry grass and some of the dry vegetation. We've got some high fire danger today, and I'm going to explain why here coming up in a little bit. Wow, a very warm start. No 40s. We've got 50s instead right now, low 50s. Calm winds, so a very comfortable start to the day. There you see 40s for a couple of outlying areas, but most of us are hanging fairly close to 50. A lot of kids going back to school today. You're probably going back to work today. It's going to be warm. We're getting into the low 80s this afternoon, so I'm only saying to pack the hat and the sunglasses, mainly because that sun is strong, and you're going to also want to make sure you have the sunscreen too if you're going to be outside for, say, more than half an hour or so. More 80s ahead, even a chance of thunderstorms as we get into the weekend. Give you a sneak peek of that. Plus, when you'll want to avoid that outdoor burning with some high fire danger, we'll be tracking that as well coming up.
Thank you, Andrew. Today, the Iowa Supreme Court has a hearing for Governor Kim Reynolds' appeal of the block of the fetal heartbeat bill. The law, which was signed in 2018, prohibits elective abortions after a baby's heartbeat is detected.
And that's usually around 6 weeks into a pregnancy and before most women know they're even pregnant. The state Supreme Court put an injunction on the law in 2019 after ruling that abortion is a state constitutional right, but that ruling has since been overturned.
A subcommittee in the Iowa House is debating a bill that would ban anyone under the age of 18 from having their own social media accounts. Social media companies would be fined $1,000 per Iowa minor with their own account. Google and Meta platforms have both registered against this bill. The subcommittee voted to approve the bill, and now it moves to the entire committee.
3 years after the start of the pandemic, the Clinton area Showboat Theater is struggling financially, and now its 2023 season is set to start June 1st is at risk. The theater was forced to close for the entire 2020 season after paying thousands of dollars in non-refundable royalties for its shows. Now this season is at risk because the donation-based theater has less than a quarter of its needed budget in the bank.
But I've been a fan of the Showboat since I was a little kid, and it makes me sick. It makes me just to think that I could be on the board that couldn't keep the doors open makes me feel an inch tall.
The board of directors plans starting this season, but isn't sure all 5 shows will be able to run this summer without more donations. If you'd like to help save the theater, we have a link to donate to them on our website, WQAD.com. The Leading Ladies Cabaret is set to be their first show in June.
Speaking of theaters, the creators behind A Quiet Place are bringing a unique movie experience to Davenport. Filmmakers and QC natives Scott Beck and Brian Woods are turning a downtown building into a state-of-the-art movie theater. Features include a rooftop bar, social lounge, and outdoor screens. Beck and Woods say the Last Picture House will showcase new movies, family movies, and classics. They hope to open by the end of the year.
Families and friends are remembering a Rock Island Arsenal firefighter today. Captain Tad Robinson passed away last week. He was 52 years old. He served on the Arsenal for 20 years before retiring. Friends and family hoping to bring more awareness toward long-term health risks of firefighting after his long fight with pancreatic cancer.
I just want to bring awareness to that firefighters aren't just putting their lives on the line when they walk into a fire, when they go to an accident or anything along those lines. It continues on even after they're done with their job. They can end up with cancer, they can end up with a numerous amount of other diseases.
A visitation was held yesterday at the Vibrant Arena. The funeral itself also taking place there today. That'll happen at 10 o'clock this morning.
The Des Moines Public Library wants to add a new employee to their staff, and they won't just be putting books back on the shelves. They're looking to hire a social worker to help visitors at the Central Library. That might seem a little odd at first, but the idea was inspired by major urban libraries adding similar positions. They will provide services from food assistance to help finding housing.
People need books, people need music and movies, but they need so much more. And that's what the library is offering. We're changing our offerings all the time, and it's very exciting and very innovative and new. And a social worker is just one more service that we can offer to those in need.
And since 2021, our own Davenport Public Library has had a licensed social worker on staff as a resource to the Quad Cities community.
The city of Moline is breaking ground on its Riverside Family Aquatic Center. The nearly $7 million project includes 3 new water slides, a lazy river, and a splash pad. Sounds like something we would need today. Something one Moline family says that they are looking forward to.
I think we're just looking forward to enjoying the lazy river together. Hold on, buddy. And enjoying the slides together. I think that it was nice. You know, it was nice for what it was, but we're really looking forward to the changes in making it even better so that we keep coming back.
And we won't be able to use it today, though. Moline Park officials say that the Aquatic Center should be ready around Memorial Day weekend next year.
This week marks 3 months until the John Deere Classic, but the team at Uncommon Ground has already hit the ground running. As the Classic's officials landscapers, the team supplies between 10 to 12,000 flowers for the tournament. The first batch is planted in February, and they're planning the second batch right now. By the end of summer, they'll have 2 huge greenhouses full of flowers for the golf course.
You know, it doesn't have to be high tech. You don't have to have a massive growing facility. You have to have people that know what they're doing. And really it's moisture and temperature and time.
You can see the team's work at the Classic this July. The flowers will decorate about half of the holes, but the entryway and common areas as well.
I love that. It's so beautiful when you see that. It's 4:37 and still ahead, getting rid of the old.
The one thing you should do before reselling or recycling your electronics.
And here come the 80s marching in for the next several days. That also means that you're going to want to avoid it burning anything outside. I'll explain why and when the fire danger will be the highest here in the next few days. We're tracking that next.
You're watching Good Morning Quad Cities on WQAD News 8.